Hello everyone, my name is Gloria, and today we're going to be making some fall Thanksgiving crafts. So what you're going to need is a glue gun, some letters that I got at the Dollar Tree, the stencil kind. I do not have a Cricut. Some leaves, lights, I got the maple leaf lights. Some jute string, a little jar. I like orange, so I got an orange one, and some paint. So let's get started. Oh, and Mod Podge. That's one of the most important things, the Mod Podge. What we're going to do is we are going to put the leaves around the entire jar. Right now I'm wiping it off to make sure that it's clean so everything will stick to it. So here's our jar. Here's our Mod Podge. We're going to get some leaves out because that's what we're going to start with first, the leaves. I have all different color leaves. I've been collecting them for years. So what you're going to do is take your Mod Podge and generously put some on your glass jar. And you're going to take your leaf and you're going to put it on the jar. Now it's going to be a little tough at first for it to stay on, so get more Mod Podge. You don't have to do it like a paintbrush. You can just dab like I'm doing. Excuse me. So I am just dabbing it so it'll stay on there. Once it starts to dry, it'll be a lot easier. But I'd like the tip up to the top of the rim. So just dab it on. You can come back a little later to make sure that it's adhered. But right now, I am just dabbing it on so that this leaf will stay for right now. Then I'm going to move over. There's no rhyme or reason. You can put them on any way you like. Just make sure you use a generous amount, and my advice is to use different color leaves. So as you can see, I'm pretty much dabbing, and I'm going to come back and mess with them some more, but right now I am just trying to get them to stay on for now. So you can stroke this on like a paintbrush or dab it on, but definitely dab your leaves as you put them on. I have a green one. I'd like them going different ways also. I don't want them all going the same way. So dab, dab, dab. I don't know if you saw my other tutorial where I made a bowl out of leaves, which I thought was really, really cool. So I figured I'd try a jar of leaves. So now I'm going to go over to this side, put some more. There's going to be an awful lot more of the leaves on here. I'm trying to move around so that I don't keep messing with the same ones, because I am not happy that they're not sticking yet. But with Mod Podge and leaves, it does seem to take a while for it to stick. When I made the bowl, I had to take it outside and let the sun dry it. Turn that around. This will dry clear with a glossy coat, which I like that it's glossy, so it'll have a little shine to it. So I'm just going to leave that there for now. Get another yellow looking leaf. Now if you get any glue on the rim like I have, I wouldn't worry about it. We're going to use jute string to cover it up. But if it bothers you, use a rag or a wet wipe to get it off, because this is the messiest part of the whole project, is the Mod Podge and trying to get these lovely leaves to stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some leaves on, and then I'm going to let it go outside. Well, take it outside, and then I'll come back and we'll work on the next part of the leaves. While I was outside, I realized it's much easier if you take this off. It falls and starts to stick to your leaves. So take this off before you even attempt to do this. Now you could blow dry this as you go. You could set it outside like I did. I think I'm going to get my blow dryer. Of course I need a lot more leaves around the item. So let's get back to that. So you're going to have to do this in stages, because they just don't really want to stick too well. So I'd like it all to stick. See how it's finally going down as I'm putting the Mod Podge on? You want your leaves to go different ways. And like I said before, you want to pat it on, not exactly brush stroke it, which will hopefully hold down your leaves. So wherever you see a bare spot is where you're going to want to put a leaf, and you definitely, well, you might, but I'm trying to get different color leaves and have them going different ways to make it interesting. So as I do this, my leaves start lifting. And of course I'm either going to stick this outside, or I'm going to put it, blow dry it. It's the word I'm looking for, blow dry. So I'm just going to work on this side for a little bit. So I'm going to turn off my video and I'll turn it back on when this is dry. Okay, this is what your little leaf candle looks like. So I finished the leaves. I put the lights inside with the maple leaves on them. I put some jute string around the top. I made little bows and I put some berries. So when I put this with my fall item, put it behind it. How cute is that? I really like it. For our second craft, we're going to be using the dice that seem to be very, very hard. I don't know if you can see them, how it has the dice. You find them in the kids section. They're the dice, and you can make a lot of things out of these. They are quite difficult to get. You're going to need dice, a stencil, balloons, any color you like, a painter's pen or paint. I do not have a Cricut, so that's why I'm using the stencil. And you're going to need scissors. So I'm going to show you the balloon method on how to cover the dice. Now, I had to paint them because this one was red. And I'm not sure if you can see the red through here. But they're different colors. This one's blue. I left that one a little less. This one was green. And they don't have light colors. They have pretty colors for the dice. They're like foam, I believe. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your balloons. I have 4 because I'm going to spell out fall. Okay, here's your balloon. Now, you are going to cut right here. So here's the big part of your balloon. Here's where you usually blow into the balloon, where you would blow into the balloon. So you're going to cut right here. So, cut right before the balloon itself. Now, you're going to put the balloon, you can open it up around your dice. It's kind of like a bathing cap. It's very tight. Okay, so here it is. You want to smooth it out as much as possible. For some reason I have a little lump. I think that's the top where the balloon, the top of the balloon. But this is what the bottom looks like, and you're not going to see that. You can have that on the back, or you can use any side you like. This one you can kind of see the blue through. So I had to paint these first. Let them dry. And I used acrylic paint. So you take another balloon. You cut right at the top. You get rid of the stem. You do not need the stem. Then you take your balloon, any color you like. You can buy them at the Dollar Tree, and you stretch it around like a bathing cap. So you can see how this is hanging off here. We're going to move this around. So here's the bottom or the back, and here's your balloon, your dice, your die. Again, cut the stem off. Stretch it out. Put it around your die. Isn't that easy? You would think that it would be harder than that, but thank goodness it's not. We're going to cut the last one. Stretch it out. Grab your die. You could do this with wooden blocks too, or those little shelves they have. So here is all 4 of my dice with the balloon around it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spell out fall. So I'm going to take my stencil and start with the F. I also have baby wipes to wipe off my stencil as I use it, so that I don't smear colors. I'm going to use my painter's pen. You could use a magic marker. You can do any color you want if you'd like to do. You know what? I have an orange one. I'm thinking I'm going to do orange and gold. So I have orange and gold. So I'm going to give them a shot. I got these at the Dollar Tree, which I was so excited that I found them there. You got to shake it up, because I just opened it, to get the paint moving. As you can see, it's coming to the tip. So I'm just doing it on my table. Okay? So I'm going to take the F, try to center it as best I can. Oh no, that is not what I wanted to happen. It's too runny now that it came out. So at least having my baby wipes, I can clean this off, which is good. I always like to have one handy just in case I need it. So this is too much paint on there, so I'm wondering, let me dry this off. I'm going to dry it off and see if we can do this one more time. Cleaning off my stencil, drying off my stencil. Hopefully, I can do this without it running. I'm not pushing hard. I might have pushed a little too hard the last time. That kind of came out. Maybe I can wipe off. Epic fail on that. Might be better with just a marker. Let's try it with a marker or paint, because this is not working out. You would think that it would, but it's flowing too much. So let me try a regular Sharpie marker and see what happens with that. Maybe it's just me. Let's try this one more time. I'm going to try and hold it down. And you're writing on a balloon, so it's going to stretch a little. You're going to feel that. And that's okay. Just go with it. Ha-ha! I got very excited. So here's the app. So I'm going to try and clean that up a bit. So it must be that it's just too much coming out of the pen at the time. Trying to just make a straight line down. So there's the F. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, there's the F. Now we're going to do the A. Try and hold it down so that nothing seeps under the stencil. Okay, not so bad. Not so bad. You want to make sure you wipe off your stencil. Sometimes it doesn't come off, but at least then you'll know you won't smear anything on another, whatever you're trying to do. So I'm just trying to clean up where it's a little kerfuffled. So you have your F and your A. Then we're going to do an L and another L. Try to hold it down so it doesn't bleed through. You could tape it down. There's lots of things you can do with these dice and balloons. You can do any color you'd like. Here's the L. Very nice. You could do any color. You could write anything depending on how many of the dice you have. Now for the other L. There it is. Okay. Now, this is nice, how it spells out fall. But I believe I'm going to want to put some leaves or other items on it to jazz it up a bit. I'm going to put it on a tray outside on my porch, possibly in my house. But for right now, this is what I have. And I'm trying to brighten up the L. My marker might need to have the lid back on for a little bit. So I'm going to get some twine, and I'm going to make a little bow. I have these very little berries that I like. They're pretty. I'm going to put some of them on and make a little bow. To jazz it up a little bit. I originally wanted to make it different colors, but as you saw, it did not work out. So I'm going to do a little bow, like you would tie your shoes. Oh my goodness. There we go. So you can make it smaller by pulling on your string, which I wanted to do. And here's the little bow. And you can have the strings hanging down as long as you'd like. I'm thinking I don't want them that long. I might get other ribbon, but I am going to put a little dab of glue so that this stays together. Now, you could glue these together. I choose not to because it is extremely difficult at my Dollar Tree to find these dice. So I have a total of 10. And I'm pretty excited about the 10 I have. So I am not going to glue them together. I'm going to put them most likely on a tray. So here is my little bow for fall. And then I'm going to stick a couple of these little berries on there, on my bow, right in the middle. And I'm thinking a couple little berries down here would be cute. So you could stick this on a tray. You could stick it on your porch with some other fall decor. It is entirely up to you. I think that is really cute. You could stick ribbons on all of them. But I really, really like this. It's not a lot. There's the little berries. You could do it this way also. You could stack them. If they fall, they're not going to get damaged because they're balloons and styrofoam. So I think they're really cute. Really, really cute.